The mission of the food bank is to promote the elimination of hunger through the gathering and distribution of food while encouraging self-sufficiency through education and advocacy. We coordinate the effort of the resources that we receive with 700 plus agency partners who help us distribute the food into the community to those in need. But there are three primary types of agencies that we work with. There's agencies that are operating small food banks or food pantries, and they'll pick up items from us to take back to the location and stock their shelves in their food pantry or food bank. Now, they may run local food drives, but they don't have the capacity to receive major donations of food like we can. We can take a truckload of anything anytime. So we become a resource for them to be able to keep their shelves filled. Right now, we serve 13 of the 15 counties in the state of Arizona. Our primary focus is Maricopa County and everything north in Arizona. And we're working with over 700 agency partners in that geographic area. That's our network, that's our means to be able to get the food into the community. We have over 50 trucks that are owned by St. Mary's that we use to distribute that food into the community.
We get our emergency food boxes from St. Mary's, so we do the large quantity boxes for large families, so St. Mary's always helps us out with those.
Well, St. Mary's was a pretty good organization. They have a friendly, and we ask sometimes for other kind of food, and they give it to me, any kind of opportunity. We enjoy with that, and we are very happy with this agency because we have a lot of help with that.
When we hand someone a St. Mary's food box, they're able to serve a family of 4 for about 3 days. And also, we give them the crackers and some of the other things that St. Mary's gives us to support those food boxes. And you can just see the weight coming off people's shoulders. They're no longer worried about where are we going to get our next meal, how are we going to feed the kids. They just come to us and they say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we know that, while we'd love to take the credit, much of that credit goes to St. Mary's Food Bank.
The second type of agency is one who picks up food from us, takes it back and prepares meals at their locations. And that could be a halfway house, could be a domestic violence shelter, could be a homeless center, a soup kitchen. Those kinds of locations, our role with them is to help them save money so that they can focus the financial resources they have on their core mission.
Yes, I usually get eggs for breakfast, lunch meat for the clients that have to go out and look for jobs, and sometimes I can get yogurt for the babies.
Bread, fruits, vegetables, and all the kind of products.
Well, the food bank is where we come for all of our food, and our biggest thing during the day is our soup line, which is our dinner meal. And we look to come here and get all of our vegetable items, our meats maybe, drinks, but they're really our supplier in terms of making the dinner meal possible.
Well, through St. Mary's, we feed an average of about 300, 150 in the morning and maybe 300 for dinner. So St. Mary's helps us out in a great way.
Then the third type of agency is one that's made up of caseworkers or social workers. Those who are working with individual families determine that there's a need for food support. Because if there's a need for food, there's other things going on in that individual's or family's lives. It could be housing, transportation, childcare, healthcare. We can't deal with all of those issues. We can deal with the food issues.
We're able then to focus our resources on our drug prevention efforts, our client services, caseworking the homeless, and helping the families in need. So without St. Mary's Food Bank, we would have to put a lot more resources into the getting, procuring, and storing of food.
The food comes to us from a variety of sources. The main source is the food industry, but food drives in the community are a wonderful touch point because very few people have in their lives have not put a can of something into a food drive box at a church, a school, a grocery store. Between those two sources, that's where we get all of our food from.
If we were unable to provide the dinner meal at Andre House, we'd be seeing about 400 to 600 people go without a meal any given day.
If we couldn't get food from St. Mary's, we would have to go shopping almost every day, and that would make our budget go over, and which would cut down on some of the services that we can provide for clients coming in off the street.
And then with our Food Bucks program, we really try to offer people not just a hand out, but a hand up. We really see how those hot meals, that clean bunk, the shower, they really make a difference in someone's life.
Much of what we do is helping folks put food on the table for today. But there are a couple of other programs that come into play. We have a program called Community Kitchen, which is a 15-week food service skills training program for low-income individuals. Every other program we've talked about is about putting food on the table today. That one's about putting food on the table a month from now for that individual and that family.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome St. Mary's Food Bank Alliance Community Kitchen. Today is the first day of what you're going to keep with you for the rest of your life.
We teach them culinary skills, food safety, everything they know to get a job in the food service industry. We also teach them life skills, which is going to encompass topics like healthy relationships, stress management, teamwork. A lot of those things that your average culinary school would not teach.
I truly believe that if you don't have your personal life together, you won't be able to succeed at work or in any other place.
We learn to grow together in the kitchen. We learn to grow together as human beings, as decent human beings, as men and women who are just searching for a way to get their life back on track.
They taught me a professional skill, and with that, I know that I can go anywhere, and with my knowledge and my skill, I can succeed in what it is that I want to do.
I could see a lot of confidence building in their education that they received here.
St. Mary's Community Kitchen program has been a real asset to us in the sense that they have provided employees that have been able to very seamlessly come into their role here as kitchen staff.
My main goal was to open a restaurant, and I know eventually I will have my restaurant because I'm so confident about that.
The Kids Cafe program is an after-school program designed for that time frame between 2 and 6 p.m. when the parents aren't home yet and the children need a safe place to go. We have about 23 locations around the valley right now, and what's provided at a Kids Cafe site is 3 things. There's a tutoring component, help the kids with schoolwork. There's a recreation component because they're wired after being in school all morning. And then what we supply is a snack lunch kind of thing.
Kids Cafe is a meal service program that serves children 5 to 18 years of age. The mission of the program is to really provide a nutritious meal to children who are living in poverty and at risk of hunger in a safe, accessible, and nurturing environment.
It's not nice to go to bed hungry, and I know when I was a kid there were tough times, and to the extent that I can do something about it, I want to.
Right now, during the school year, we serve about 9,000 meals per week. During the summer, we can serve up to 11,000 meals per week.
The Glendale Community Center has partnered with Kids Cafe for about 5 years. On a daily basis, we provide service to about 45 youth between 1st grade and 8th grade.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich. Other kinds of sandwiches, bologna sandwiches, egg salad sandwiches. The apples are my favorite.
If the Kids Cafe program wasn't there, it would be hard to get kids motivated for even recreational activities if they're tired or hungry.
Fish, that has something in it that can get you smarter.
With low to moderate income families, a lot of times you don't know where the next meal is going to come from.
It helps me eat with school because when I go to school, I don't feel hungry.
The biggest challenge for us is securing ongoing financial donations.
I have the opportunity to be the chairman of the Capital Campaign, which is a $10 million campaign designed to develop the infrastructure for the ongoing needs of feeding the hungry.
96% of every dollar that we receive in cash or donated food valuation goes back into the community in the form of programs.
We're also involved financially in our support, which we consider ourselves fortunate to be able to be in a position where we can do that.
Without St. Mary's, it would be hard for us to stay in business.
We can go over to St. Mary's and we can count on you guys to have exactly what we're looking for.
Now I feel so confident and I feel so good about myself, and I couldn't have done it without them.
You know, the ultimate vision of the food bank is to put itself out of business, that everybody has enough food on their table.